You are live. Share your screen with an audience. Okay. So, this is me testing out how my internet is going to work with the live. I have been reading the chapters of this book, and it's been going rather well. But I just set up these papers like the AA guy had a thumbnail saved of just the cover of the book and sat and read the chapters of the AA book, which I had done all the stories in the back of the AA book, but it didn't. But it had the camera on me looking down and reading, and that's just not how I wish to do it this time. I want to do it like he done. I had a homemade thumbnail, which was just now I can just save the picture of the cover of the book and use it for a thumbnail. But I really just probably point the cameras at my setup. Like if you go to my previous videos, you'll see it, and then just read from the book. Because for one, I'm gonna have to start speed reading. I'm going to have to start reading at a speed that is more faster than because I wanted to do it like slow and clear and pause like after sentences and that commas and like how you're supposed to read aloud. You know what I mean? But man, it's taking forever. Uh, it took me an hour to read the first chapter. The books don't really have this book is weird. It doesn't really have chapters. It has like tradition one, and it went on for an hour. You know what I mean? Like to read in a comfortable form, it took me an hour to read it, and I don't really have a problem with it. The problem I have is it took 9 hours to upload the video. Like, I really like the fact that I could pause the video and take a rest and come back and read two more pages, and so depending on how my internet reacts to this live video format, you know, I had a friend suggested, he's like, just do a test run. And that's what this is. This is a test run to see how the live feature, how my internet is going to react with the live feature, you know. But I really like the fact that I could pause the video and come back 20 minutes later and read two more pages because it's exhausting reading an hour chapter, which is why I just plan on reading it faster than I have been reading it. Like, I will try to do my best to be clear and comparable, but this is for basically people like me who had trouble when they first started reading. They first started reading the big book, like I read right with the guy on YouTube, and he's got an amazing voice and amazing reading out loud skills. And just him and his voice, man, really changed my life because I read the book right with him. Like for visual, I read the words right with him and just followed along. And before I got out of rehab, I read the first 164 four times. Anyway, uh, and there wasn't a person doing the e-reading for this book. It's an NA book, The Spirit of Our Traditions. So I was like, well, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Because it worked out pretty well with the big book, and it gave me a mission, and it gave me a type of service work for the addict who still suffers, the alcoholic who still suffers. You know what I mean? Anyway, I guess I will go back and try to watch this and see how this 4 to 5 minute stream went on. See how my internet reacted with it. Uh, Depending on how it goes for tradition two, there's like I said, there's not really chapters in this book. It's just like tradition one. It's had the introduction, obviously, and tradition one was chapter one. And tradition two is chapter two, even though they don't call it chapter two. even though they don't call it chapter 2. It's the second chapter in the book. It isn't marked off in chapters, it's marked off in traditions. And if it takes me an hour to do every one, man, I'll have 12 hours in this book, which doesn't seem like a lot, but I'm going to have to speed up my reading a little bit. Anyway, I hope this goes over well. Until next time, YouTube. Thank you all. I love you guys, and I'll see you later.